told me she was gonna do it for free, but I had to pay her if I wanted to see her again.
Okay. No. Tell me about another guy if you're gonna, but I'm gonna ask you follow-up questions. Let's hear what happened, okay?
2023年6月1日、アメリカ・ミシガン州ハイランドパークにあるモーテルから警察へ緊迫した通報が寄せられた。通報の内容は、部屋の中で一人の女性が倒れているというもので、通報を受けた警察は急いで現場に駆けつけるのだが、女性はすでに亡くなっており、また現場の状況から警察は単なる事故や病気ではなく、殺人事件として本格的な捜査を開始していくことになる。そしてその後の捜査により、警察は犯人が当時17歳のカルロス・スコットランドであることを突き止め、今回のボディカメラ映像では、その青年が警察に逮捕され、連行されていくシーンから始まっていく。
I'm James Plummer. You can call me James and then introduce myself.
I'm Chris Clark. I work for the state police. I introduced myself a minute ago, but I don't expect you to remember what my name was. So if you forget later, just play off and I'll remember. Okay. I want to explain to you what's going on and exactly what kind of help I'm looking for from you. But before we do all that, I got a kind of like a one-track mind. I just got to get some basics from you. Just bear with me and let me get some real basic background from you. And I'll explain to you what's going on, and you're going to feel a lot better after I've had a chance to tell you. You're going to be at ease about it, okay? So, really quick here, C-A-R-L-O-S. What's your middle name?
Lamar.
L-A-M with two more A's or one A?
Hey, 2 A's.
2 more A's. So L-A-M-A-A-R?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And your last name?
Scott.
S-C-O-T-T?
S-C-O-T-L-A-N-D.
Scott. That's what I thought. Okay. What's your date of birth? You can sit back there for a minute, and I want to get into the meat of what it is that I wanted to share with you today. As far as the police bringing you here today, I don't want to get into the details about what it was that did or didn't happen. It's not something I'm here to make a big deal about. I think probably a softer approach maybe might kind of put you at ease a little bit more as to just the fact that we're looking for your assistance. In any case, the point is this. You did not just drive here. You were brought here by the police. And if you wanted to leave right now, if you wanted to leave the building on your own free will, you can't. You can't, because right now you're in the police custody, okay? Now, that doesn't mean that you're being charged with anything, but what it does mean is that before I start sharing any information with you about this case, that I'm going to read you Miranda. If you have any questions about this later, will you ask me?
Yes.
Nobody's ever asked me. Are you satisfied with that?
Yep.
That's kind of that.
So I don't know if like my partner here, he writes with his left hand, he's right-brained, and it kind of goes with how I talk to him. What hand do you use?
What do I write with?
Yeah.
It's funny, when I was from 7 to 12, it was my right hand. But as soon as I got into high school, I started using my left.
You start using your left, so you use your left hand to the right.
Yeah. It's different because after I got in high school, I started using my left hand. I started trying to play with it and stuff, but it's not as good as this one, so I just stick to it. I write it.
So that's kind of interesting. So you're of the people we call like middle-brained.
Mm-hmm.
So like he is right-brained, I'm left-brained because I right hand, but you kind of use both. But you're saying as an adult, you're mostly favoring your left hand.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do with your left hand?
Write, dishes. You know how you might your kids play Clark on a video game.
Mm-hmm.
This hand like this, and this hand on the controllers and the buttons at the same time. I play it like this.
So you're good. So you. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So no, you're rare, but it seems like as you grew up, you're more left-handed. That doesn't happen for you.
I mean, not really, because my mom is left-handed, my brother left-handed.
It runs in my family. Every male in my family, every male is left-handed. And if I had a son and he was right-handed, I'd have questions. I'd have questions. I'd be like, hey, this baby's this.
That's what my mama did. She looked at me. Why are you writing with your right hand? She keep trying to force it to me. So I got older and said, you know what? I'm about to try. started liking it. I said, oh yeah, that's cool. Then I can use both of my hands to it. Like people can't say that.
That's true. Yeah.
いつもとは違いなぜか聞き手について質問をした警察官。実は事件現場の状況から犯人は左利きである可能性が高いと見られており、警察は密かに彼がその条件に当てはまる人物なのかを確認していたようだ。そして彼が両利きであることを知った警官は、ここから彼が犯人である証拠を次々と見つけていくことになる。
I want to talk to you about a shooting victim from early June of last year, right? From early June of 2023, last year in Highland Park. This is somebody who went by the name of Asia Davis. This is somebody who knew a lot of people. Asia was somebody who has had in the past year, I don't know how many people we've talked to, countless contacts of people that she messaged regularly, that she talked to regularly, that she knew regularly, okay? So I am just now, that long from there, catching up and still catching up to people that knew this person that might have, what we would call victimology. I'm catching up to you now, trying to talk to you to see what it is that you might have known about Asia the night that she was shot in Highland Park. I keep wanting to say Hamtramck. It's Highland Park, okay? I can show you a photo if it refreshes your memory of her, but does the name ring a bell to you first?
No, I was just about to ask.
Okay. This is somebody who knew quite a few people. What name did you know her by?
I don't think
I would say look at it hard because...
Oh, no, I did see her going into, that smoke shop that's up there in Woodward.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, right there in Highland Park.
Yeah, right next to that seafood place or that soul food place.
Mm-hmm.
I walked past it. I think I said something, and the dude told me she was a man. That's what I remember. The dude told me she was a man. I said, what? He said, man, you don't know that? I said, no. I looked in.
So you're
saying I can't tell.
You know this person as being transgender?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you said something, what do you mean? Did you...
Like I said, damn, she kind of, man told me, like, that's a move. What?
You would never know. She looked damn good.
I looked back and I said, I can't see no Adams out. He know it, bro. Trust me. That's, man, how you know? He just kept saying it. But I took it that it's Highland Park, it's known for being gay, man. So I just...
You physically saw her?
That was, I want to say 1 or 2 before my prom.
When will your prom have been, just to kind of put it in context?
If I can get my phone, it's a picture of the flyer in my phone, but I want to say July, probably May, because when we graduated in June, but the seniors got out in May 23rd.
So like July or May of 2023?
It was right before prom. It was literally right before prom.
Okay, so July or May of 2023. And if you remember more about that later, will you tell me? Most people are circulating around the same 3 names. Can you tell me what name you knew this person by?
You really didn't give me no name. She just said A.
So A?
A. Okay. If I say Asia, I'm talking about A. I'm talking about the person in this photo. Okay. When you saw A last or Asia last, physical features, were they similar to the way they are in this photo with the hair, with any makeup or any piercings or tattoos or anything? Did the person have any drastically different looking facial features when you saw her last? Was her hair dyed? Was her hair a different color? I don't expect any...
Slim, the difference?
Mm-hmm, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I'll say slim.
Slimmer?
Probably her hair was down or something.
Okay. Now, to the best of your memory, is the last time that you talked to this person still around that pre-prom time frame?
Last time I spoke.
Spoke or saw?
Remember I told you I saw her at the smoke shop.
Was that the first time you got introduced to her? Or?
No, that wasn't. That wasn't the first time. That wasn't my first time seeing her. I think that was like, I want to say 3rd. I'd probably say 4th. third or fourth time probably be seeing.
Now, 99% of men that I've spoken to have one relationship with Asia, okay? And it's not that they're family. In what context did you know Asia? And I'm just looking for the truth because I'm not trying to make a thing on it.
Oh, yeah.
In what context did you? Was it like a dating context that you knew Asia?
Oh, no.
警察からの問い詰めに対し曖昧な答えを繰り返す青年。警察がすでにどこまでの情報を掴んでいるのかわからない以上、彼としても余計なことは話したくないのだろうが、ここから青年は少しずつ彼女との関係について語り始めることになる。
So this was 2021 when the pandemic stuff started happening. So my friend had told me about the back page thing, right? So he's like, you know, you can pay this girl for some money. You know, she'll do this and that. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I said, all right, bet. I said, send me the leak. He sent me the leak. It was this crocodile or alligator or something. It's crocodile or alligator or something. But he called this crawler though.
Okay, I know what that is.
I look on it. He like, man, I got you one. I sent you one. Ooh. So I'm texting, talking about some, you know I'm a trans. At first it said TS though. I didn't know what that meant. TS. You know me, I go on Google. It said transgender. So I text my friend, bro, why would you do this? We done got into it. I went over his house. We fought over it and everything.
So had he dated Asia before?
I don't know if he did that, but he for sure sent me her number.
Okay.
He for sure sent me her number.
So that probably explains it. Who is this friend that you're talking about right now?
もともとタバコ屋で彼女と知り合ったと話していたにもかかわらず、今度はネットで知り合ったと話し始めた青年。すでに彼の話は崩れ始めているが、それでも青年は自分の発言の矛盾に気づいていないのか、あるいは必死にごまかそうとしているのか、ここからさらに嘘を重ね、矛盾だらけの発言を繰り返していくことになる。
Around this day that I'm looking into Asia shooting, I can see that you're messaging Asia. Okay, I don't really understand the full context of it yet, but that's what I'm looking for your help for. How did you learn about Asia shooting? How did you learn? Highland Park's kind of a small town,
I didn't know.
Okay, nobody told you that Asia got shot. Okay, I'm surprised because most people is that I want to understand more about your messaging her on June 1st, correct, of 2023. Now understand this. I'm not asking you if you messaged her on June 1st of 2023. I'm telling you that you messaged each other on June 1st of 2023, and it's beyond a doubt. There's a lot of people messaging her on June 1st of 2023, and if you're juggling all of these prostitutes in your phone around the Woodward Inn, what were you doing over by the Woodward Inn on June 1st of 2023? Is there a girl, friend? I mean, it's mostly prostitutes there.
And like we talked about, Highland Park is
kicked out the house at around that time.
Okay, and when you get kicked out, is that a place where it would make sense to you to go by as a Woodward Inn?
Everything, because I had walked over with my friends, kept walking. I thought, yeah.
Okay, so I want to get into some specific times, but first, it's important for me, before I ask you about what you might have heard, for me to ask you whereabouts you are so I can kind of discern what you may or may not have actually heard.
At first, I was pacing back and forth by the alley.
Okay.
And then after that, I walked.
Okay. Really quick, just to refresh your memory here, now that we've kind of accessed what you remember about that, I want to show you a photo or video and see if this helps you remember anything, okay?
ここで警察は彼に対し、青年が事件当日、彼女の元を訪れていた様子が映る監視カメラ映像を見せたようだ。そしてその決定的な証拠を突きつけられたことで彼は動揺したのか、ここから今まで以上に意味のわからない発言を繰り返し始める。
Yeah.
So I walked this one.
You walked. Okay, so you're pointing at the southwest because this way is north, so right,
Yeah,
the southwest corner.
Like a steroid right here. I walked there, sat down. I'm sitting, I'm waiting. I hear boom. But it was a black truck in front of us. It was started. I'm gonna say, was it somebody? It probably was, but the car was on. I know that for a fact. I'm sitting down. I hear boom. I look up. So you know me, I'm not used to gunshots. I'm not new to them. The same time, you get what I'm saying. So I'm sitting there, I'm waiting. I'm like, what should I do?
So where were you when you might have just told him while I was taking notes, but where was it where you were when you heard it versus where you think it was coming from?
So,
where were you
so
saying?
you were saying, so the entrance was right, you pointed to the southwest corner, right?
Right here.
So where's Woodward Avenue in this? You guys got the
Yep, so,
Where's Woodward?
so,
Okay,
Woodward,
now I'm in.
this is north
So where
south.
were you at? Were you?
All right, I walked in and I went to my left because I sat in the back next to it. Right.
And where did it sound like it was coming from?
It sounded like, I wanted to say in front of me, but the echo was sounding like it was to the right of me. That echo, it sounded like.
But you were back over here somewhere?
Yeah.
Were you on the first floor or the second floor?
I walked up a couple steps.
And did it sound like it was coming from outdoors and
No,
indoors?
it sounded like it was right in front of me, but the echo made it seem like it was coming.
So you think it was coming from somewhere along here?
Yeah.
Did
Or
everybody-
probably
Is that the north,
on
is
the
that the
edge.
north
right
side
there.
of the building? Is that right?
This would be the north side of the
Okay,
building.
so along the north side of the building.
Did everybody take out running then?
I was on. It was me in that black truck. It was a black truck right there because the stuff was started.
There wasn't like a bunch, because every time I've been in there, it seems like there's prostitutes like
It
crazy.
was a black truck. I remember
Yep.
it like it was yesterday. I sit down on that step. I'm still on my phone waiting for them to his back. I see the black truck. I pick my head up, put my head back down on my phone. And I hear, boom. I pick my head up again. I see the black truck right there. I look to my right. I don't see nothing. So I'm sitting there just in case. I don't want to get up and run because I might be, I'm not stupid. My mama told me if you hear gunshots for anything, you sit still. Don't run after you hear them. Don't say nothing. Don't none of that. None of that. Keep quiet.
Just don't draw attention to
Keep
yourself.
quiet. Keep quiet. So I'm keeping quiet. So I want to say after about, I say a minute or two, I ain't hear nothing. I got up and ran.
So that explains why that was you that ran.
Oh, somebody that ran on that?
No,
Well, there were people running.
Yeah, so that obviously the video, all we got is that video from the alleyway. So I mean, is it fair to say this is you? Because we got you later on running back the same way. So is that
I
you?
heard. Yeah.
Okay. So that would explain why you ran back.
What I want to do is show you the message for you with Asia that day to see if you remember more now knowing what it is that you guys were texting each other. Help me find it on our server real quick. And
Yeah.
we'll come back in and I'll write it down and I'll read it to you and you tell me if this helps you. I told you I'm going to kind of give it to you like that because I want to make sure that I'm being fair with accessing your memory as best I can without showing you too much at once, because it's going to make, as you can see, it's going to make for a much more productive conversation. Try and think about what time it was that you might have heard that bang. And give me just a second and I'll be right back. I mean, I know it's not going to take you long to grab it because I've had to do this a few times. You can be fine in here for a minute. Are you doing okay?
どうやら彼は銃声は聞こえたが、自分はその場に留まっていたと主張しているようだ。しかし防犯カメラの映像には、銃声の直後にその場から走って逃げ去る青年の姿がはっきりと映っており、ここから警察はさらに青年を追及していくことになる。
Oh, have you ever been in a room?
Yes, I believe one time.
Okay. When was that?
I want to say probably.
Man.
Could it have been this night in particular? We're talking about this.
No, I know.
show in the
Yeah, I
first-
know. No, I know.
So a lot of things. So, and I'll kind of take you into some of the CSI stuff. So, she was a sex worker, and so part of when we went there and when she goes to the lab, they collect DNA from her mouth, from her anus, from various parts of her body, and we were able. There's a lot of people who are criminals who have DNA in the system because there's a lot of DNA recovered on her. Right? She was working. So there's other DNA that we don't have, i.e., people who were 17 and had no aren't a criminal, right? But what we can do is we can get a DNA buckle and compare it. Now, when that happens, if your DNA is on her, that can be explained. You know what I'm saying? That's something that we can explain, but it's something we got to get ahead. Because if you tell us you never had sex or she never sucked your or all this stuff, and we come to find out that you shot a load in her mouth and her DNA, or even if you don't shoot a load and she sucks your DNA is still there, or if you know what I mean, if you have anal sex with her, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if it is, that's something that we have to explain today. Do you know what I'm saying?
So far, we've been able to explain every single DNA profile.
I ain't trying to be childish or anything, but what do you mean, like, ain't no say you mean
Like, an ass. You know, and I'm not saying you did, but I'm just saying we got DNA from her ass. We were able to link to guys, right? We have DNA in her mouth that we were able to link to guys. We have DNA that we weren't able to link to people.
Most of them we've been able to explain. So.
Right. Yeah. So like all those other people, we went and hey, I did have sex with her, but you know what? After I had sex, I went. Maybe you had sex with her and you went and walked over to those steps where you were sitting. You know, that's something that we can explain, but it's something that we have to be truthful here now, because if you say you don't, and then come to find out your DNA was on her on the day,
People just make assumptions about it.
and that's what we're just trying to get ahead of. So, and I'm not saying you did, I'm not saying you didn't, but if there's a chance that one of these DNAs are yours, we need to explain that.
I gotta be honest with you, because you've been cool with me. She might have put her mouth on top of mine, but nothing in that. And it wasn't that night.
So put her mouth on your.
Yeah.
But a different day, you said. Okay. All right.
And that would have been what day, do you think?
Bad days.
There was a Cash App that you sent her, okay? Now, on that day that you sent her the Cash App, okay, that's the same day that I'm talking to you about right here. That's June 1st, okay? So be careful about saying, well, I just want to make sure, I know you're being as forthcoming as you can, but I want to make sure that I'm doing my best to be fair to you about the dates, okay? The date that you were walking back there through the alley, right, and then you eventually came in and you heard the bang or the boom or whatever it was. I don't want to say gunshot, but you heard a loud noise, okay? Now that same day, if I'm not mistaken, is this with him? That's the same day that you sent the Cash App payment. How much was it for?
Was it $80?
Close, but do you remember what I'm talking about? Sending the money?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what was that money for?
I had owed
For you had owed her?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no really getting around paying a prostitute. Okay.
Well, can I?
So
you text her too. You text. This is what. So 5 minutes before that, you send that when you're setting up the date. You say, "I'm sorry, baby. I got 100 for you. I'm Los," and that was just a couple minutes before you sent the $100. So, you know, if that, it seems like maybe you paid for a head.
No,
right
I know
then.
I didn't pay for it, because the first time she had did that to me was sucking my dick. She told me she was going to do it for free, but I had to pay her if I wanted to see her again.
Okay.
Oh. Huh. Interesting. You start telling me about another guy. Either A, I see him go in there from a camera, or B, we go in there when it becomes a crime scene and we find him. And I'm going to tell you that when we went in there when it became a crime scene, we didn't find him. Okay? And I also know that he didn't go in there on camera. Okay? It is you and it is Asia in there, and something happened. Now, I can understand 100% why a 17-year-old would get scared and run away, and that doesn't mean a 17-year-old did something terribly bad. I mean, obviously prostitution, she's kind of almost taking advantage of a minor at that point, but you're in a situation at that point, okay? I want to know what the altercation was that happened in there. Tell me about another guy if you're gonna, but I'm gonna ask you follow-up questions.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Let's hear what happened, okay?
So I went in there and she did what she did. She told me she had another dude supposed to be coming in there. She told me that. She told me she had another person coming in.
Okay.
So I told her, I'm like, can I just stay here a couple more minutes? Just a couple more minutes, please, just a couple more minutes. She got to yelling. So, me, I'm just watching her do this stuff because it's her house. She got all the authority to it.
Yeah.
She had all the authority to kick me out this house. I'm just begging. Just don't do it, please, please don't. Just let me stay here for a couple more minutes, just a couple more minutes, just a couple more minutes. She started putting her hands on me, do the rule. I ain't doing nothing. But when she reached in that drawer and grabbed the knife, I'm looking. I'm like, put my hands up. She said, boy, get the f*** out of my house before I kill you. She went to go slash the blade. I dodged it.
Okay, and then what happened? I think I know, but then what happened after that point? I'm not going to put words in your mouth. It's not my style, okay? I know this stuff's difficult to talk about, but that's not something I do. I don't put words in people's mouth, okay? So you've made it this far with me. I just want to, we're definitely over the hill. We're definitely down the slope. We're down at the last couple of feet here. Let's finish this together, okay? I just want to make sure that I'm giving you a chance to tell it in your own words. I don't want to put words in your mouth, okay? Did you feel that you had to do something in self-defense at that point?
After I dodged the knife, it didn't look like she was going to stop charging.
Okay, so then what did you do?
I shot her.
Okay, with what?
Gun.
Yeah, but what kind of gun did you shoot her with?
The gun I had.
Which is which?
A high point.
Your mom's?
No.
Okay, who's that point?
My sister's.
Is it the one you had on you today?
Yeah.
Is it the gun that you had on you today or the one that your sister had?
No, it's the one I had on me today.
The gun that you had on you today is the gun that you had to use in self-defense in this shooting. Okay. Are you telling me the truth right now?
Y'all can shake me down right now.
Okay. Well, I hope
So then what happens?
That happened. I ran out.
Where do you go?
最後まで動画をご視聴いただきありがとうございました。最終的に逮捕されたカルロス・アマー・スコットランドは第2級殺人と銃器重罪で有罪を認め、懲役25年の判決を言い渡されることになりました。今回の事件を見て皆さんは何を感じましたか？17歳という若さで一人の人間を殺めてしまうというのはなかなかの衝撃ですよね。日本ではあまりない事件ですが、日本の治安も少しずつ悪化しているので、私たちも注意が必要になってくるかもしれません。皆さんのご意見や感想もぜひコメント欄で教えてください。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。